Okay, so what we're going to review today is just the extension that we did with integers, which is order of operations with integers. So we need to remember BEDMAS today, right? Brackets, exponents, division and multiplication in the order they appear, addition and subtraction. Okay, so when we're taking a look at question number 1 here, our eyes should be drawn immediately to the brackets, and that we can see that there are things to do inside the brackets. So you know me, I'm going to rewrite everything. So 6 minus 7. Okay, 7 is a larger digit. It's negative. Find the difference, keep the sign, subtract. And then we have 3 minus 2, 1, which is 2. Okay, and so what we need to remember here is we have a negative in front of a set of brackets. And this is really an invisible one, if you guys remember that. Right, so we're really multiplying a negative 1 times a negative 1, which is going to give us a positive 1 minus 2. And now 2 is a larger digit, and it has the negative. So we're going to keep the negative, find the difference between the two, and our answer should be negative 1. Okay, now let's move on to the second one. Okay, there are really no brackets. We have brackets, but there's nothing to do in there. They're just really holding in the negative. So we're going to move on to E, which is our exponents. And negative 5 squared, which is like a negative 5 times a negative 5. And we can see that we have two negatives, which makes this a positive. And you know me, I'm going to write down the whole this step by step. Okay, so there's no brackets, we've taken care of exponents, and now we have to do division and multiplication in the order that it appears. So strangely, we have to go and do this piece right here. 25, and then negative 3 times negative 5 is plus 15 minus 9. And now we're just at addition and subtraction, and if you remember back to the good old days, I always set things up like this. 25, 15, and 9. So 40 minus 9. 40 is obviously the larger digit, so our answer is going to be positive. And what's 40 minus 9? 31. Okay, now you could just do that in your head if you wanted, but I'm just reminding you about that awesome T-chart that we learned about. Okay, now this is one of the ones that you guys found strange at the beginning of the year. You hadn't seen one of these before. Okay, so we have to remember that when we have a line like this, it really means divide. And in these questions, we said we're going to take care of the numerator, we take care of the denominator second, and then lastly, we're going to divide. Okay, so we've got two negatives in a row here, so this is really going to be 44 plus 11, which is 55. Then if we move down here to the bottom, okay, we've got a negative 3 plus a negative 2. When we are adding exponents that have the same sign, we keep the sign and we add the digits. And so what we're left with at the end is 55 divided by negative 5. Okay, we have to remember that rule, which is we have opposite signs here, so our answer is going to be negative because there's one negative, which is an odd number, and 55 divided by 5 is 11. Okay, so I'm going to post a short assignment. Okay, this is just stuff we need to go back over and brush up on before the end of the year.